back. Oh my god, look at my fingernail, my giant fingernail. It is good to be back. I reset my internet in the hopes that things will be slightly better now. We will see. I am glad that I have this delicious beverage right now. I will not lie to you. Also, I realised the chips have been cooking for quite a while. They're looking pretty. Where did I put the oven? There they are. So I'm just gonna toss the chips, and then I'm gonna start frying the vegetable layers. They do look really good. Well, they're a little soggy. Now, where is the good pan? Does anybody else have just like one pan that they love cooking with? And it's like the top tier, same with cutlery. And there's one that's just like, if you use it, you're just like, oh, this is the bad one. I hate using this one. This is my good one. It's pretty old and pretty stained, but it's a very good one. Excellent. Maybe I should turn the camera slightly so you can see my cooking a little bit better. I'm gonna start off by just putting the peppers and the onions in. I think the spring onions will cook really quickly, so. Oh, you thought you got away from me? You did not. You will be going in too. And then the spatula that I slightly melted by leaving it in a pan last week. Yes, I also have a casserole dish that's just like top tier. It's perfect, it's like the right depth. The other ones are too small, too big, or just like crappy and old. You're tucking into dinner spring rolls, barbecue chicken. Oh my god. Spring rolls, barbecue chicken, minted lamb kebabs with some red wine. That sounds unreal. That sounds so good. Let me just change this so you can actually see the cooking. I'll move this out of the way. That sounds so good. Is that home cooked or takeaway? Because that sounds like a really good takeaway to me. I'm kind of doing like fake away right now, I guess. I think I'm just gonna wash a bit of this seasoning on here as well. never use too much. Home cooked, you call it messy tea. It does sound kind of messy, but it sounds delicious. Like, that sounds really, really, really good. I do love kebabs. Kebabs are one of my favourite things to eat. And they're actually like pretty healthy in the grand scheme of things, considering how good they are. Do I have any weekend plans? I don't have any super exciting weekend plans. I'm gonna do a Twitch stream on Sunday. I think Sunday's gonna be my guaranteed streaming day. And either Thursday or Friday. I'm not sure which one for the other day. I'd like to do 2 days every week. So streaming on Sunday, gym on Sunday morning, and then on Saturday I'm seeing my sister, which I'm looking forward to. That will probably not be too eventful. We'll probably go out for a coffee and then come back to mine and watch a movie on the sofa. I have recently started watching a medical drama called Chicago Med. It's not new, it's pretty old. I was on TikTok, and you know sometimes on TikTok they do like minute-long videos that are the best bits of TV shows. I watched a few and I was like, I'm hooked. I love a good medical drama. House was my favourite TV show as a teenager, so I might try to introduce her to some Chicago Med. She also enjoyed House, so hopefully that will be something she will like. Love a good medical drama. Do you have any nice weekend plans? Admittedly, it's not the most exciting weekend, but Food Warehouse is actually, I think, really good. Like, you can get a lot from there, and it's really affordable compared to other places. There isn't one super close to me, but there is one. I don't drive. I should. I took my driving lessons when I was like 17, and it was the most stressful thing I've ever done in my life. I got really close to passing, and then I moved to Manchester and I never finished my lessons. I could drive a car if it came to like the zombie apocalypse, as I did do 9 months of lessons, but I don't have a license, and I probably shouldn't because that was like 15 years ago. But my sister does drive. She's a much more competent adult than me. So, if I can get her to drive me to the Food Warehouse, I might stock up on some good bits as well. Chicago Med, I have seen that. It's really good, right? I've only seen 5 episodes so far, but I watched all 5 episodes in a row. Like, just consecutively just binge watched 5 episodes, which is always the sign of a good show. And because it's an older show, there is like so many seasons to... Oh no, I just dropped a pepper on my... In my excitement, I dropped a pepper on the floor. My dog is creeping over, hoping for a pepper. I love it when there's just loads and loads of seasons of a TV show to watch. Rest in peace, little pepper. I will remember you well. But yeah, I'm really enjoying Chicago Med so far. It's not House. Nothing's going to be as good as House, I don't think. Also, since she's here, I will show you Mrs. Beans, because she has a haircut booked finally for tomorrow. I feel like I've been yapping about this for like months, and it looks like it's been months. Look at this absolute hairball. But tomorrow, well, when I next stream, whether it's tomorrow or on Sunday, I will show you her after her haircut, and you will laugh. You will laugh, and you will laugh, and you will laugh, because she always looks like Lord Farquaad after getting a haircut. And yes, I do mean that as an insult. She looks so funny. I've taken her to like 4 different groomers, and every time somehow she just looks like Lord Farquaad. It's just, I think it's just a reality for her. She does just look like Lord Farquaad. So she will come back from the hairdressers, and then for like a month, all I will say to her is, "Some of you will die, but that is a risk I am willing to take." This is looking really good. Yeah, I think that's the thing. I do still love a lot of modern shows, but everything seems to be like 6 or 8 episodes. I was a big fan of Stranger Things. Really enjoyed every season of Stranger Things. But it just feels like, and also Squid Game. But I feel like the last season of Squid Game was so short, they've split the season into like 2 seasons. So you have to like, so I got to the end and it was like, the rest of the season is in 6 months. And it's just like, this, I will watch it in 6 months because I really enjoy Squid Games and Stranger Things. But it's just like when they split seasons apart and you have to wait half a year, it's just like, why? Bring back the time of seasons that had 28 or 20 or even 30 episodes and it was 1 a week and then they came back like 6 months later still. It was a great time. Not to be a grumpy old lady, but that was a good time. Yeah, seasons are so short. They're so short. And like, if it's short and it's like, if it's valid, then it's fine. With Squid Game, and obviously I don't want to ruin anything, I think the first season, I don't know how many it was like 8 or 10 episodes. 10's acceptable, 8's pushing it. But then this last season was like 6 episodes? I don't know, it could have been more than that. But they ended it just like, the whole season, you know, is building and building and building and building. And then they just ended on a cliffhanger without ruining anything. And I have to wait 6 months! 6 months. 6 freaking months to know what happened. And it's just like, I used to really enjoy, don't kill me for this, I know it's controversial, some people really love it, some people hate it. I used to absolutely love Rick and Morty. And then they did the same thing, I think, with that, where like, one of the seasons just ended halfway through. And I just, there was no adverts when it started again. And then I just like checked online and I just realised like the other half of the season had come out with no notice and I hadn't known. And I was like, I feel like you lose viewers by cutting the season off halfway through. Like just give me the, get it filmed, and then just give it to me all in one so I can binge watch it. I love binge watching things. I don't like to be trickle fed like a little hamster. If it's good, I want it all and I want it now, to quote Queen. A lot of it is down to the audience these days, used to short and quick content. That's true. And on some level I do feel like TikTok has slightly rotted my own brain. Like the way that content is done now is just so like... But I think the best stuff is stuff that, you know, it builds up to like a... You know, you have to like commit a bit more, but it gets better as it goes. Not to keep raving about Stranger Things, but I absolutely love Stranger Things, and I feel like every first episode of the season is a bit slow, but then it gets better and better, and it keeps ramping up. Yeah, I guess we do live in a different time with different attention spans. Also, this is looking so good. The pan is going a bit like a colour, but I think that's because I put so much seasoning in with the peppers. No regrets. No regrets at all. And it smells amazing. But yeah, after I finish streaming, I will probably watch some more Chicago Med. And also it's, sorry, that's the pepper and the chili in the air. It's produced by a guy called Dick Wolf, and I'm like, if that's not a fake name, that is the best name I have ever heard in my life. 10 out of 10. Hi, nice to meet you. What's your name? I'm Dick Wolf. Fair enough. Clearly you're in charge. What a fantastic name. The last name Wolf alone is so good. The first name Dick, that's the man who means business. I'm gonna add the spring onions now. Stop talking about Dick. I wish I could like share a smell through a screen. He does have the best name. It's such a good name. Like, I assumed if you've seen it, obviously it's like a team of medical professionals. So there's nurses, there's doctors, you know, the whole shebang. And there's one guy, and he's a psychiatrist. And he's like my favourite character so far. I guess he's like the show's equivalent of House, you know, like the slightly more conventional one. And for the first 3 episodes, when the name Dick Wolf came up, I was like, that's him. It's the main character. Dick Wolf is obviously the main character. And then I realised it's actually just a producer. Or maybe it's just, it could be it too. But I was just like, just with the name so commandeering, I just immediately was like, yeah, he's the main character, obviously. Great name. I think Wolf might be my favourite last name ever. I also used to be friends with somebody and their last name was Scarlet. And I was like, that's a really good last name as well. Some last names are just better than other people's. I'm going to turn it down just a little tiny bit. Everything is looking so good. Smell-o-vision. Smell-o-vision, if that existed, I would invest in smell-o-vision. I would want to share these succulent smells with you. If I had a date over, what would I cook if I had a date over and I want to impress them? That is a really good question. The thing I think I cook best is probably a Sunday roast. I do really good sides. It's one of my favourite meals to eat ever. But I can also make a really good Thai minced, it's like minced chicken with Thai basil. It's very spicy, so you wouldn't want to make that for everybody, but if my date likes spice, that is what I would make for sure. Because it's so good. To be honest with you though, I think I'm a pretty good cook. I do really enjoy cooking. Or I could do pulled chicken tacos. If I had a date, I'd ask, what do you want? Do you want spicy Thai chicken, pulled chicken tacos, or a roast dinner? And I would let them decide. Okay, this is looking so good. How are the chips looking? I think they might be done. So I'm just gonna throw the chips in, basically. This is not something I've cooked before, but when I saw that salt and pepper seasoning, I knew I had to have her right in the dishwasher. There is a lot of chili in the air right now, I will say that. Okay, the chips are in. This is gonna be so good. Oh my god, this looks so good! It looks legit. Oh, I'm gonna have some stinky breath later tonight. Yeah, I would pick a Sunday roast too. I would always pick a Sunday roast. It's always the best choice. Starter, main and starter on two. Yeah, exactly. All. Why not? Let's have a feast. Yeah, it's a good way to eat vegetables, right? Combine them with chips. Yeah, this kind of just feels like a stir fry, to be honest with you. Chicago Med has 2 sister shows. There are 2 sister shows? Is it different actors? I assume it's different actors if it's like Chicago PD and Chicago Fire. So is that like Chicago Police Department and Chicago Fire Department? They sound really good too. I can see a police show being great, you know, like a whodunit, who's the criminal. A fire show is more interesting. I feel like it would be harder to push out more seasons of a fire show. I could be wrong. Hello. Hello. She's just like jumping up on my legs at the bottom. Sweet Mrs. Beans. Sweet Mrs. Beans. Just a little lady. She's got a real middle parting right now. She really needs the haircut. If anyone wants to take a screenshot right now of this dog and then compare it to her after her haircut tomorrow, you will be surprised. You'll be like, that is a whole different lady. It's gone from a cute dog to Lord Farquaad. Okay, I think that's pretty much done. So I'll switch it off for now. I will admit I'm not very good at making desserts. I don't think I've ever really done that. I can't think of any desserts I would know how to make. If anyone has any suggestions for any tasty desserts, let me know. All the emergency services. Yeah, it makes sense there'll be crossovers between the shows, right? Because like if someone burns in a fire, you would freaking hope they would take them to A&E. This is great news for me though, because I'm watching it on Amazon Prime. I don't know if they have all the seasons, but I'll see if they have this as well, because I have definitely found my new binging show. And at the rate I'm going, I will have seen the whole thing by probably the end of April, so. And when that happens, I will go into that like, please tell me it's not just me, because otherwise this will be very lame. When you love a show and you watch it like every night for months and then it ends and you're just left with this like hollow feel. Oh my god, the chili. I want to put my extractor on, but it's like going to be really loud. So what I'll actually do is I will open my window. Choking to death on a live stream would be not cool. But yeah, when it ends, I'm just going to be I'm going to feel like my friend has died. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've seen these characters for so long, and I don't think the show is still running. I think it's an old show, so when it ends, it ends. And I'm sad about that. You are excellent at making desserts, tiramisu. Tiramisu is such a... If I'm in a restaurant and I'm ordering a dessert, I'm almost definitely gonna... Tiramisu is right up there for me. That is such a good... It's got like a very luxury feel to me. It feels like a very luxurious dessert. I think I could probably make a pie. I'd get that like pre-rolled stuff. But I think that would be nice. Hello, Toasty Gaming with Eggs. That's a fantastic username. Hello, Trow Barton. And yes, I am still on. I am still on. Tiramisu is easy to make. Well, that's fantastic news for me because I like things that are easy. Any Netflix shows? The last Netflix show that I saw was Squid Games. I am obviously over at Amazon Prime right now watching Chicago Med. I do want to watch Adolescence, if anyone's heard about that. Everyone's raving about it on TikTok. I think it might be a British thing though, so I don't know if other people have heard about it. But apparently it's pretty good. Oh, I really do want to watch Severance. I really want to watch Severance. I keep seeing memes about it. This is just like, this is modern advertising, isn't it? Just memes. But yeah, I do want to watch Severance. I don't really know what it's about. Is it like business? This is me guessing based on memes. It seems like it's like a business show. Please give me more information. Oh, you've heard of Adolescence? Okay, so then you have a plant question. How do you stop your peace lily from wilting? Is it just like, I'm gonna need a little more information so I can advise you. Is the peace lily just like a bit saggy, or is it going brown in any places? Or is it just generally like, instead of the stem being like this, is it just a bit like let me know and I can help you. I have a peace lily in my bedroom and it is beautiful. Such a beautiful plant. Super sci-fi? Super sci-fi? I thought it was like business. Clearly I have misread this situation. I do like sci-fi though. Stephen King is my favourite author. So if it's sci-fi, that's probably right up my street. Existential social commentary. It's really nerdy if you like really nerdy. Okay, if it's like saggy and crispy, like is it crispy at the edge of the leaves? Like, not the whole leaf, but like just at the edges? Or is the whole thing feeling crispy? And also, do you feed it tap water? Plant doctor to the rescue. Because peace lilies can be really funny with tap water. It's The Office meets The Matrix. That sounds fucking fantastic then. I love The Office, the British Office. I've never seen the American Office. And I love The Matrix. Amazing show. I have a floor-length leather jacket specifically because of The Matrix. That sounds great. So is Severance on Netflix? Because if so, I will give that a go. Okay, I'm not choking anymore. I think I can shut the window. No more choking for me. Bottom leaves are brown and I'm still watering from the hot water tank in the roof. Okay, so that will be better water then. I think that will be better water. How often do you water it? I only water mine like once every 3 weeks. Any more than that, and it's not so good. So I feed mine once every 3 weeks with either filtered water or outside rainwater, which sounds like you're doing the outside rainwater thing, which is better than tap water because that has like chlorine and stuff. I'm not a water expert, but outside rainwater or filtered water is better for the peace lily. So if you're already doing that, I would say if you're watering it more than 3 times, water it once every 3 weeks. If you're doing more than that, you're probably watering a bit too much, and if you're doing it less, probably not enough. And then I would just ask, is it in direct sunlight? Because they don't do very well in direct sunlight. Like a windowsill is not a good place. Ideally, they would be in a part of the room where the sun never actually touches them. So like if you think about, you know, when the sun rises, if the window light goes around the room, you don't want the peace lily to be in that area. You'd want it in like a shadier part of the room. They need indirect sunlight, so like even if the sun doesn't touch them, they're still getting the light and they're sucking it up, but direct sunlight can cause them to literally like burn and crispen up. Mine was close to a window and I lost like a few leaves and I realised I was like, it's literally getting sunburn. So I moved it to the darkest corner of my room, cut off the dead bit, and now it's thriving. I would suggest cutting off any dead leaves because the plant will be sending like nutrients and energy to try and keep those leaves alive, and they're already burnt, they're gone. So I cut off the leaves that were dying for me and I moved it into the corner. No direct sunlight, just it's in the root. It can feel the sunlight from a distance, but it never directly feels sunlight on it. And water once every 3 weeks. And every so often I'll chuck it some plant food, but honestly I don't do that much because I fear that like too much, I don't want her to get spoiled. It's okay, you can say what you want. It's like if the thought is on your mind, you are welcome. You're welcome to say it. On Apple TV. I think I have Apple TV. It's hard to remember how many things. I hate having to have this many things. I have Amazon Prime. I have Netflix. I cancelled my Disney Plus, which I then regretted doing because like I think New Girl is on there now. It used to be on Netflix, but now it's on, and I love New Girl so much. I think it's such a funny show. Have any of you seen New Girl? I love New Girl so much. It was in the conservatory. Okay, yeah, I think sideboard would be a better location for your peace lily. Conservatory, you want to put... I'm the same, like, if I had a conservatory, I don't. I'm jealous because you do have a conservatory. I would love to have a conservatory. I feel like the vibes in there are so good for, like, a morning coffee. I would want to fill it with plants. Like, fill the whole conservatory with plants. But in reality, so many indoor plants are just bad with, like, direct sunlight. I had, like, a calathea. She burned to death. I think in my lifetime I bought about 90 plants. And now I have about 85. And most of them have been alive for over 5 years, but all of the ones that I killed them with sunlight. So, yeah. Lots of inside plants, I'm not so good with it. Succulents are fine with inside light, with outside light, because they're like so moist and chunky. But the thin leaf stuff just doesn't seem to do so well. I think a lot of it would like grow on the floor of like the wood or the forest, and it would get some shade from the trees and it wouldn't directly be in the sun. Okay. I'm gonna say sunlight doesn't make breasts grow. Biology. I'm just talking biology right now, you know? For All Mankind. I haven't heard of For All Mankind, but I'll check out the trailer because if you like Chicago Med, I trust your TV recommendations. I assume they're very good. You can't get Hulu in Denmark? Okay. I'm guessing in Denmark you can get like Amazon, Prime and Netflix. The big... I would say that they're the big two, right? They're probably the big streaming two. Your orchid is happy in the conservatory. I've never owned an orchid. I would love to. Every time I see them, I'm like, they're so beautiful. They're very like alien-like. I would love to have... Did you just cough? Oh my god, you are so sweet. Yes, I will pick you back up again. I would love to have an orchid. I think they're really beautiful. For some reason, I always just assumed that they would be difficult to keep alive. But let me know how long you've had your orchid for and how well she's doing. Because orchids are really beautiful. I just always looked at them and I was like, that feels like a diva plant that might be hard work. But they're so pretty, so I would love one. Yeah, it could be an American offering in Belfast. You could become a plant sensei. This actually happened to my mum. I got her a succulent for her birthday a few years ago. I love plants and I love to share the joy of plants, and I gave it to her and she had this kind of face. And I was like, do you not like it? And she was like, no, it's not that I don't like it, but if I kill it, you'll be sad. And I was like, no, I won't be sad. It's fine. It's hard to kill a succulent, to be honest with you. They only need water like once every 6 weeks. Just ignore it and it will live. If you give it too much attention, it will die, but just ignore it and it will live. And then she was like, the thing is, it's like, you've given me, for my birthday, you have given me a responsibility, a burden. And I was like, I guess that's kind of true. I have given you something, and now you must complete endless small tasks to ensure that your present lives. And I was kind of like, okay, that's actually a really kind of funny perspective. And I was like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't give plants to people because it's not an easy present for most people. It's something you have to kind of... I'm like, here you go. Now you have to do millions of tiny chores for the rest of your life to try and keep this thing alive. Anyway, she somehow killed it in 6 weeks, which is like really quick. She must have been watering it like every other day. Anyway, it died. Rest in peace. But yeah, I didn't realize like some people just are not very good with plants, you know? For some reason I've always I think because I just forget about my plants. I think the secret is you just forget they exist and you only water them when you notice that they're getting a bit like, feed me. And until then you just don't touch them. Just don't touch them. If it looks nice, ignore it. You bought the orchid nearly 3 years ago? That's amazing. Okay, Victoria might actually be the true plant sensei then, because that is 3 years ago and it still flowers. That's so cool. Okay, I think you've just given me the motivation I need to buy an orchid and to see how that goes. Because they are really beautiful. So yeah, okay. I think I will do that. Cactus. I have 3 cactuses. And they're not in the room right now, so I can tell you this. I hate them all. I hate all 3 of them. I hate those prickly bastards. Admittedly, I only water them once a year. And I wish they would die, but they won't. They won't die, even though I wish that they would die. One time, they're all on the same windowsill, and one time the cat jumped on the windowsill and knocked all 3 off. And so I had to like get gardening gloves and put them back in their soil and repot them all. And I am not lying when I tell you I just kept finding little sharp bits in my hand for like weeks. And every time I found one, it would hurt so bad, and I would go into like the bathroom and I would get tweezers and I would pull it out. And then 3 days later it would happen again. They have only brought me pain. Not metaphorically, literally. They have only brought me pain. And I will never buy another cactus ever again. I also won't kill them because that feels mean. But I think they may outlive me. I think they will spite me and they will outlive me. Yeah, they don't need anything. That's the thing, they don't need anything. Oh wow, a turquoise blue one. I don't think I've ever seen a turquoise blue one. That's super cool. And it's even cooler that it's kind of changed colour. I guess like as it matures and becomes like an adult plant, you might see lots of changes. Yeah, I guess like, I mean to be fair, if I saw a wild cactus, that would be very, very cool. We're not seeing many of those over here in the UK, I'll be honest with you. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I guess if they just have the leaves, because I guess the leaves are just taking the energy from the sun. Well, not taking the energy, that sounds like they're stealing it. But yeah, I guess if they have the leaves, they can do the flowering. I know flowering is a lot of hard work for a lot of plants, so... I guess you do have it on record. Yeah, cactuses are super resilient. Far more resilient than me. You know, I guess I kind of have to respect cactuses for that. Like, they can survive in like climates that humans would very much struggle to. They don't need much water. They can take like brutal sunlight. I do respect them. I would just like to respect them from a distance. I do not want them to be... And they also, to be fair, they have a very good defensive technique, you know, like being covered completely in little stabby things is pretty like genius. Spider plants are very resilient. I had 1 spider plant and now I have like... I just stopped propagating them. I have like... I don't know if you can see, I have like... I had like a mother spider plant. And then I started planting, I took off the little off seeds, and this is in like this is a cup actually. I planted one in this cup, then I planted one in a magic 8 ball, and she just kept making babies. So then I actually, yeah, I have so many babies. These are just the ones in the kitchen. My house is filled with them. I have so many, and these all need pruning. Look at all this deadness. But they will never die. Spider plants never die. Oh, it was dyed? I mean, yeah, I guess that happens a lot, right? I feel like it's so weird because flowers are so pretty naturally. I don't feel like they need to be dyed, but I guess there's a whole market for like very unique looking plants. Mesquite trees. I haven't seen that tree, but I will Google it after the stream ends because that sounds pretty cool. I am generally very interested in like biology in different climates. Like obviously in the UK we have a lot of like evergreens and dark trees and nothing like cactuses and stuff like that. Wow, okay. I mean, if you had a spider plant for 17 years, I feel like that might be the life expectancy for a spider plant. I feel like it's a long and healthy and happy life for one single spider plant, so that's pretty amazing. Are you hungry? Is that why you are staring at me? I think she is pretty hungry. Scruff bag. Okay, you can't have that. That's my food, and it's toxic for you. But you can have food. That is fine. Oh my god, oh my god, did you just burp incredibly loudly? She is not a classy lady. Wow, you just caught it in like 4K, so. I think though that means she is the best dog. Yeah, she needs a haircut. Haircut is tomorrow at 1 PM. So on my next stream I will show you her without any hair. I cannot believe she just burped in my face on my live stream. But I'm gonna take that as yeah, she is a little gassy. She is a little gassy. I'm gonna take that as a sign though that I should probably get off stream and give her her tea, as it is probably tea time for her now. So I'm gonna do that. I hope you're all having a wonderful Tuesday. Enjoy your red wine. Excellent, I'm sorry that you don't have any snacks or wine. That is a shame. And I will be back on Sunday. So hopefully I will see some of you on Sunday. If not, have an amazing weekend either way. I'm gonna go feed my little gassy dog. Yes, thank you. I am honestly so happy to be an affiliate. It's a fantastic day to be an Amy on the internet. And thank you to all of you for helping me to become an affiliate, because this would definitely not have happened if it wasn't for you. So thank you very much and have an amazing evening.